Hello! Welcome to another episode of Between the Covers. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're here and you're watching live, please do say hello, tap the screen. If you're on Facebook, give us some hearts. Let us know where you're watching from. And if you are writing a book, maybe tell us what you're reading as well. If you're watching on the replay, please type in #replay. So who am I? My name is Daniela Bleckner. I am an author, book journey mentor, founder of a company called Conscious Dreams Publishing. We work with authors from all over the world to help them to get their powerful messages and stories out there in the form of professional books. On the bookshelf behind me here, it's just some of the 150 plus books that we have published over the last 5 to 6 years. It started off as just me helping people out, and it's grown into something huge, much bigger than me. I'm absolutely passionate about providing a platform for unseen, unheard authors so they can have their voices heard and stories shared so they can educate, inspire, and empower for generations to come. So what is this show about? This show, as I said, is called Between the Covers, and I'm just checking that I am live and people can hear me. Fantastic. This show is called Between the Covers, and it's really a place for authors to come along and share their author journey, for you to ask some questions. It's a very interactive show. Again, it's called Between the Covers, so this really just lifts the lid on what goes on between those pages. So easy to look at a book and think, that's a nice read. But what goes on in that whole process behind the creation of the book? That's what I'm interested in, and I hope you are too. So before I introduce my gorgeous guest, I'm going to just give you a little bit of a rundown of this week. On Sunday, I went to a book launch of one of our authors, Melissa Martin. She's written a book called My Mirror, My Depression, My Reflection. Absolutely amazing book. And it was so beautiful to meet her in person, because we've been working together for about a year and a half. She had a sort of big long gap in the middle where she refined what she was working on. I think she got a degree during that time as well. Absolutely phenomenal book. This woman has gone up, overcome so many challenges, and now uses her pain and has transformed it into her greatest purposes, and is helping other women through that. So it was great to meet her on Sunday. I did have a workshop coming up on the 20th and 21st of August, writer's workshop. Release that creativity and unleash your creativity and finish that book, it was called. Unfortunately, it's no longer going ahead on those dates, but what's exciting is I have brand new dates for that workshop, and those dates are the 5th and the 6th of February. I'm going to pop the link in the comments because I have a very special offer for those who want to take part in that workshop. It's a beautiful 2 days nestled amongst woodland. It's for those, really. It's great that if you've got an idea, but really I'm looking for people who have started writing their book. Maybe they're halfway through, maybe they're 3/4 of the way through, perhaps they've finished, but they need help with the writing process and a sounding board. So during that workshop, I'm going to give you a structure to write your book, to look at, and to redraft or restructure your book if need be. I'm going to go through the different routes of publishing a book: self-publishing, hybrid publishing, partnership publishing, traditional publishing. All of that will be demystified. I'm going to help you to create an agent submission pack if you're looking to publish via the traditional route. So talking through how to actually create a great agent submission pack, and so much more. We'll be doing emotional freedom tapping technique session to help you release all that stagnant energy so you can step into your creativity. You're going to have time, and that's the most important thing. You're going to have time to actually write your book, and we'll give you a good chunk of time to explore the forest and the woodland and get into your own creativity. And then we have a 2-hour workshop, which will be run by my sister, incredibly powerful holistic health coach, and she'll be helping you to get connected with your breathing. And when you're connected with your breathing, again, release so much stagnant energy. This is where trauma is held in our bodies, knowingly or unknowingly. So she'll help you to release that. So not only will you feel really great in your body, but mind and body will be aligned as well, which is the much better foundation for you to actually connect to your real self and start that writing process. So I'm really excited. It's on the 5th and the 6th of February. I'm going to pop the link in the comments later on. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce my lovely guest. So I met this person back in 2015. it was my first radio gig. So I was presenting PX book review show, and this lady was my co-host, and we both share a love of literature, books, and reading. So we took it in turns to interview different authors. We'd ask them questions very similar to what I'm doing now, and we both share a very wacky sense of humor. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about this lady before I bring her on. Her name is Yishebah Baht Gavriel. Born Christina Stephanie Gabrielle, Yishebah is a fun-loving grandmother, writer, and storyteller who grew up in Trinidad and lives via the nostalgia of her childhood memories. As a former English tutor at an after-school club, she enjoyed mentoring and motivating her younger students with her creative writing and felt inspired by reading and marking the content of their essays. I can relate to that. Her child-loving nature blossomed with her first grandchild, to whom she has dedicated her book. Yishebah has a background in psychology and believes that sharing is such an important life skill to learn. Please do tap the screen, show us some love, give us some emojis, some clappy hands to welcome our lovely guest, Yishebah, on. We're going to speak about her book, Chrissie, Clever Chrissie and the Mango Stories. Hey, Yishebah, how are you doing?
Hi, Daddy. Sorry, you just interrupted me. I was just going to have my mango break, but you're allowed.
I'm allowed. Thank you. I must warn you, I told you about Yishebah's humor. So we've come a long way from 2015, right? When we used to interview authors and think about being an author, but here you are now, a published author. How do you feel?
We have indeed, and the important thing is that you have been along the journey with me from those heady days of Power Extra Radio, where we interviewed authors, and we used to have the most giggles. I think both of us, that child in us has never gone anywhere, because we had such fun. And for us to have stayed in contact, I followed what you did, and to be privileged to have been able to use some of your platforms to bring me to this point. I am so grateful. It's not even a moment.
Oh, my pleasure. And I'm just so proud that you've actually now become a published author. I mean, your book's due out on the 13th, right? So we've got a week to go. And I've seen you with your promotion. You've been all out there. Tell us, first of all, how does it feel to be a published author now? Oh, no. Don't tell me we've got technical difficulties already. No. So Yishebah has frozen. Yay! While she's frozen a little bit, I'm going to read the back.
I'm here. I'm not sure what happened, but I'm back.
There's two of you for some reason, and now your image has gone.
Oh.
Just click on stop, turn on cam. So there should be a button there where it says cam. There you go.
Here we are.
Let me get you out. Hold on. Hey. So how does it feel to be a published author was my question.
Sorry?
How does it feel now to be a published author?
It's a surreal experience, because for me, for someone who has always been writing different articles, publications for newspapers and magazines, and to be here now, it still hasn't sunk in, even though I've got the book in my hand and I know that I am now an author. But the idea of my being on Amazon with an ISBN number, it's still like, it's a weird, surreal experience. Trust me.
And here it is. Are you proud?
Yeah. I know the says seeing is believing, but you've also got to believe it up in here.
Exactly. I mean, this has been in the works for a long time. So can you tell us a little bit about Clever Chrissie and the Mango Stories? What's it about, and what inspired you to write it, first of all?
Okay. First of all, what inspired me to write the book, first of all, is my love of mangoes. And growing up in Trinidad, I was a mango addict. So some of the antics that's filtered through the prism of Chrissie would have come from my own experience. But also my grandchild, when I saw the first time he had a mango and he consumed that mango from breast milk, they gave him a mango, and the manner in which he consumed that mango, it just triggered the memory of my own childhood and how I absolutely love mangoes. And my grandmother used to say that that child went from breast milk to mangoes, and it just triggered in me to do something for this child in terms of sharing the memories of growing up in Trinidad, and to give him something of an experience, because of course he's born here, he wouldn't know mangoes grow on trees, etc. So those two, the inspirational from my childhood and the spark and the impetus from him and how he engaged with the mango came together, and actually that was the day I conceived. So Chrissie the Mango story is about a 6-year-old girl growing up in Trinidad who loved mangoes. She was very talented, creative. She was good at maths, rhyming her own poems, singing and dancing, but she had one flaw in her character. She did not like to share, and that came to a very, very pointed moment when it comes to her mangoes. Now, she had a best friend called Kamala. They go to school together, they play after school together, and a younger sister called Nita. And there was an occasion where she did not want to share her mango with Nita, her best friend. Nita is actually dual heritage. She's Indian and African, and they had a unique experience. They used to do each other's hair and play and tease each other. So Nita was almost like her alter ego. She would say, but Chrissie, you should share. But Chrissie, so, you know, she was kind of balanced in terms of Chrissie's little idiosyncrasies and her character struggles. So there was this particular occasion where they were under a mango tree. Two mangoes fell. Chrissie got the one that wasn't eaten by the bird and hid it, sent the two inside so she would not have to share the mango when they came out. And I've got a little section in the book which speaks to that, which I am sure I would love to share if it's okay to do so now.
Well, go ahead. Yeah, if you want to do so now. It seems like you're burning to read it, so let's go.
Well, like the English say, okie dokie.
I warned you about Yishebah, people. I warned you about. Go on.
Yes, so I'm going to just share a little portion of the book to excited. The mango tree at the back of the house had many ripe mangoes. The wind started blowing. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Boodoo, boodoo. What's that noise? Nita asked. That's the sound of mangoes falling from the tree, Nita, Kamala answered. Quick, quick, quick. Let's run and get the mango before the birds eat them up, exclaimed Chrissie, smacking her lips. As they skipped and hopped to the big mango tree at the back of the house, Chrissie repeated a rhyme which she had made up. Mango, 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 I love me mango, love them so. Give me a mango ready to go, bite into it and the juices flow. Mango, mango, mango. There were 2 mangoes on the ground under the tree. Chrissie grabbed the big ripe one and left the one that was eaten by the bird for Kamala. Little sister Nita didn't find any mango. She was very sad. Give me a bite of your mango now, Chrissie, please. Nita begged. I find no mango, Nita cried. She was very sad and went inside. Oh no, shouted Kamala. I cannot eat my mango. The bird ate it up. She was very sad too. I know, Kami, said Chrissie. Let's sing my special song, and the bird on the tree might drop a mango for you. Chrissie had the only good mango she did not want to share it with her friend and her sister. The 2 girls danced around the big mango tree and started to sing the little birdie song Chrissie's daddy taught her as a lullaby. Little birdie on the tree, on the tree, on the tree. Little birdie on the tree, a mango for me. Send down a mango right from the tree. Send down a mango, please, for me. Little birdie on the tree, on the tree, on the tree. Little birdie on the tree, a mango for me. Little birdie did not drop a mango down for Kamala and Chrissie as it wanted to eat the mango itself. I don't like that birdie anymore, Chrissie frowned. Now, Chrissie only had the one mango to share with her friend Kamala and her sister. She was not happy.
I love that. If you're watching, what did you think? Enjoy that? You want to hear more from Yishebah? So I love your expression when you're reading. Obviously, a very vibrant character, which is perfect for radio. But when you read that, I haven't heard that read. I haven't heard you read it. Obviously, I've been working this and I've been reading it in my head. So I really got the sense of like how the bird talks and how the song goes, because I had my
Yes.
own version in my head. How important do you think then storytelling is, especially for our young people, and keeping these oral traditions?
Extremely important, and I'm really an example, because my father was an amazing storyteller, traditional storyteller of folk stories, but also stories from his childhood. And with my being the eldest girl in the family, I actually drank that everything like mango syrup. So I really came out from the family as the real storyteller, to the extent that this particular lullaby song, my dad taught us that every night. He used to sing it after we all said our prayers, before we went to bed. He would sing this song, and that's how I learned it, from before going to bed to sleep. Daddy would be singing "Little Birdie on the tree, on the tree." I just tweaked the lyrics a bit. So, and the fact that now I am able to write this story and to bring that into my grandchild, that is a way of connecting him with his great, is it his great granddad? With his, yeah, with
Great,
his great,
yeah.
yeah, with his great granddad, who he was, his storytelling, and he would now be asking, "Oh, Grandma, did you have a dad? Who was he?" So there, and then you would hear the stories and the lessons. So storytelling, I'm also a storyteller as well, is a critical part of handing down traditions, values, morals, and also keeping that connection with the legacy and the ancestry as well. Very, very important.
So your dad and his songs are kept alive. And can I show the picture of who this is dedicated to?
Yes, please do.
Yay.
Yes.
There we go. That's her grandson, Amari Parks. He loves mangoes. Has he seen this book yet? And has he seen himself in this book?
He has seen the book, and not only just seen it, they have interacted with the book, he and his younger brother. And every time when it's coming to nighttime, in fact, there's only one copy in the house at the moment. And my daughter has it on the fridge because they start fighting for it. Chrissy, I want Chrissy. Well, mommy, he is taking Chrissy's book. But not only that, what so for me is so fulfilling is that the story, I've told them the story many times before going to bed. And now they are using the Chrissy story as to help them share, because now when the older one doesn't want to share, "Mommy, he's behaving like Chrissy. Don't be like Chrissy. You need to share." And the thing is, in writing the other two books in the series, he said, the younger one said, "She looks like angry Chrissy," and they would run away from the image of her under the tree. And the older one has given me an idea for next book. He said, "No, Nine, she doesn't look like angry Chrissy. That's sicky Chrissy." And the thing is, I thought, no, I've got to get that into the book. So they would fight for the book. I've got to get them their own copies.
Yeah.
So they're using the Chrissy story in terms of sharing. Brilliant. And then he would say, "Okay, here you are, Nina, you share. We don't want to be like sicky Chrissy, do we? No, we don't want to be like angry Chrissy, do we? Everybody is happy when they share. Give me a hug, Nina." So the book, my daughter is so happy because then she could use the book, because they don't like it when Chrissy is sad, because you see, when she is sharing, "Grandma, why does she look so sad?" Because she doesn't want to share. And then the other one will go at the back of the book, where they're all happy and they're sharing the mango and everybody is smiling, and they would all be going back and forth. "Sicky Chrissy, oh, let's be happy." So the book has become an active teaching tool for the under fives that even the mother can use.
That's amazing. I love that. And that's all down to grandma. This is what is so beautiful about books. There's the messages in them and the characters and the vibrancy that the children can take away and create their own, obviously take the message, but create their own messages. I love that they're bringing you sicky Chrissy and angry Chrissy. How do they inspire you? Do you get more ideas from these young people?
Absolutely. Definitely, indeed. And I remember when I was writing the book and I had included like instructions or like stimulus points for the readers. And when you suggested, no, leave that out. I am glad I did. And that's the experience of being a writer. Even though I'm experienced, I had to humble myself and actually be guided by your expertise, because then it would have come over. In fact, my Writers Guild director said it would have come over as not a storybook, but as I don't know, like a teaching tool, kind of. So she said your publisher was right. And even though I was thinking, oh, when it goes to India, to Africa, etc. And she said, no, let each family, or whether it be an OP, an older sibling, a grandma, an auntie, let them find their own way through the book. Yeah. So I must thank you for that, because when you're a writer and you have an idea, you can think I think it is work, it should be there. But then humility before honor really helped me to bring a book that I know is going to go all over the world, because sharing is a universal problem, especially for under fives. Everyone knows if you have a children's party in school, they'll always be fighting. As a teacher, you would know that. And the I wouldn't say the tactic, but the skill, the wisdom skill that Grandma pulled from her wisdom hut it can help teachers, because if you have children in a group setting, that's a brilliant way. Pass the parcel is something that they love. But you can actually help children if you have like parties or birthday parties and you have the squabbles. There's a nice quick way where you can manage that, and they need to get the book to find out about grandma and
that book is genius. I think it's a beautiful way, the game that Grandma Wiso, who we'll speak about in a second, sets with the children, was a really great way to teach that lesson, I think, in a fun and exciting way. And I love what you said, that young people would deduce their own message, their own ideas from the book. And I think a workbook alongside this would be fantastic. And like you're saying, not everything has to be in one book. And I think it's perfect as it is. So we've got Kenny here, one of our authors here. He says, love the singing, reminds me of Auntie. Lovely. And that's it. It's a great way for sort of adults as well to be reacquainted with, old folk songs. And this is from Alice. Was it Olive Walk?
Yes, I'm going to share this one, the folk song. I'm going to give them a little bit of the Trinidadian folk song. Which we had to do our little, due diligence in terms of how we handle that, which again is something that we need to be mindful when we're using, other people's material. I mean, I had to go to Trinidad, find out it, and then you had to guide me as to how we need to reframe it, etc. So, but this is one of my favorite songs. It's sung in primary schools in Trinidad, and again, I think I am the only one who remembers it like that. I've got 10 siblings, but I can give a little bit of that, because that's it's actually in the book with the music, so people can actually learn it. Should I give a blast?
Give us. Do you want to hear Yishebah sing? Come on, Kenny, let us know. Do you want to hear some more songs from Yishebah? You've got the musical notes here, so if you've got a piano or some sort of instrument, you can play along.
Exactly.
Go on, I want to hear.
So I've modified it a bit. So mangoes, mango ripe, mango sweet, mango ripe, mango sweet. I want a penny to buy mango ripe, mango sweet. Give me a penny to buy mango ripe, mango sweet. Mango doodoo Susan Martin, one for me, none for you. Mango doodoo Susan Martin, one for me, none for you. No, I'll share. Mango doodoo Susan Martin, one for me, one for you.
Oh, great. I love that. So Kenny's going, yeah. Shana says, amazing. Love this. Fantastic. What a lovely voice you've got.
I used to sing in my former life.
Did you? You thought about putting together some stuff? I've always just got some things here, some rhymes of your own to go alongside this for the young people.
Yes, actually, because in the book, Chrissie, because she wrote rhymes. One of the things I like to do when I go into schools is to get the children to write their own rhymes about Chrissie, and then let them explore singing it. Because one of the ideas that suggested is that we can have drums, they can have shak, and they can create their own rhythm, to it, and also be part of developing their own experience of the story. Because I like going into schools and interacting. And then one of the exciting things for me is I'm going to have them interact. I'll get somebody to come and act as Chrissie out of the group and let them hide the mango. And everybody would say, get the mango, Chrissie. Just get them, because I'm a teacher as well, just to get them with that like call and response interactive. And then I'll come in as grandma and pretend I don't know where the mango is. Has anyone seen where Chrissie? She's hidden it over there. And I'll be looking just really give them a nice experience when I go into the schools in October.
I love it. I feel like I'm there. You kind of brought back a sense of my childhood and that intrigue of, the whole play and imagination. I love it, but learning along the way.
Yeah.
So here is saying beautiful. If you're finding this audience of value and worth, please do share this out. Invite your followers. Let people know about Clever Chrissie and the mango stories. I'm speaking with Yishebah Baht Gavriel, who is a debut author. This book is coming out on the 13th. Week after Drake.
The 13th of
August. It's coming out. Very excited about this. And tell us about Grandma Wiso, who you have mentioned a few times. But
yes, I can't wait to tell you about Grandma Wiso. That's she's my biological grandmother by my father's side. But there's a whole story dynamic with her and mangoes, because she didn't have all her teeth. So she used to have to put the mangoes until they get soft, etc. That will be in the other book, because Chrissie got up to some unethical stuff with grandma's mango, but that will be in the next book. And then got into problems with her dad, because that was her dad's mother. So when she touched grandma's mango, she was in problems. But Grandma Wiso was she was like the watchwoman. She had a particular strategic chair where she used to sit, so she can see everything that's going on. So even when Chrissie hid the mango and thought that she was okay, Grandma had already seen her. And even growing up, we used to be annoyed. We used to say, oh, Grandma is like a police, She'd be telling on us and telling my mom, oh, Mabel, look, this one did this. So, she had this like annoyed, but she was so loving as well, and sharing and teaching and cuddling. She had big full bosom, so she used to love her, to cuddle her, etc. But for children, she was annoying, because she saw everything we did, and then she would report it to daddy, her son, when he comes home, or mommy. And then because she was like the matriarch of the home, they have to say, why did you do that? If your grandma saw you do it, I'm like, oh no, So Chrissie, you see that look Chrissie has, is like, oh my God, what is she? Why doesn't she go inside?
What's she watching for?
Exactly. Yeah. So she was a major influence in my life, and of course, she has come through as one of the main characters. And when I do my book launches or my book tours, I'll be changing into Grandma Wiso, and there will be
I love that.
There will be antics.
So if you haven't seen already, if you're not following Yishebah, please follow Yishebah. She's got some posts where she's dressed up as Grandma Wiso, with the wig and the dress and everything. So I'm looking forward to seeing that go live. And you're doing something this weekend, is it? Where you're dressing up?
Yes.
Something this weekend.
Yes, that's at the Croydon Supplementary Education Project where I am at the moment. I'm installed as a book reviewer in residence. Something I haven't mentioned. One of the things I like to do for other authors is really to write reviews for them. That's a passion. Mm-hmm. But so I reviewed the books here. They got an awesome reference library, but they're combining their 40th anniversary as a supplementary education institution with the Jamaican independence, and there's a major event taking place at the weekend on Saturday. And so initially they wanted me to do the launch of my book, but I said there was too much going on. So I'll be coming dressed as Grandma Wiso. And it will be, you see, I already got my mango. This one was for you, Danny, but it's a shame I cannot give it to you. I cannot give it to you at the
share.
So yes, so I'll be doing like I said, a one-woman show kind of piece with Grandma Wiso, a bit like what I did in that video clip, and then I'll get them to talk about mangoes from Jamaica, mangoes from Dominica, because they be coming from all different islands, and then get a nice little info, and then I'll show them how grandma used to dance.
Yeah, I want to see
with,
that.
With her mango. So it's going to be a nice fun, but actually they've confirmed that my book launch here would be on the 17th of August. I'm going to be doing a flyer for that. It was only confirmed last night because this organization, they do book launches. So my proper book launch will be on the 17th, but I'll publish that and make sure that you'll get where I'll be doing the reading.
Next week, yes, do. But on the links, if you can also just publicize it and put it on your Facebook as well so people can come along too.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome.
Will do.
All right. And I'm sure you're going to be doing some events for October as well, Black History Month too.
Indeed, yes. I'm glad you've mentioned that because one of the ways in which I was able to inform my writing of my book, I spent time at the Children's Library in Croydon Council. At the moment, I've got 10 books from them as I'm looking at, the next book in the series. And of course, I used to speak to the children's librarian, to parents. I used to observe the books they chose, etc., and do research. Looking at there are dual language books that's written in more than one languages in the books. So that's something I'm thinking about. Plus, so definitely my next project is an audio book. But I'm excited that Croydon Council Library, they were so I wouldn't say inspired, but they were pleased that I used the library as a place, to come and sit and to listen to the children, the parents, and to borrow books, children's books. They're really collaborating with me on their first post-COVID Black History Month project, which is a mega thing. It'll be going to all the schools, all the libraries in Croydon, etc.
Amazing.
So they're actually working on the program at the moment, but Chrissie and the Mango Stories will have a kind of central role in that. I'm also launching a read aloud program to go with it because that helps to build confidence. If you can read aloud rather than just reading, silently. And the council has actually got the launch of a program similarly. I would also like, of course, the publishing company and some of the children's authors.
Yes,
from
we're going to
Conscious Dream Publishing, as many of them as could come and actually read from the book, would inspire other children because many of them thinking, I can't write a book. And when they see children their age with their own books, I think that's going to be a whole new transformation for them. So I would want, it's going to be awesome.
And you've got a lot happening. So it sounds very exciting. Do put the links in on the interview if you can and on your page. And we've got about 10 children's authors. By that time, they will have 10. So we've got 2 we're working with at the moment who will be finished in October. So it'd be great to get them to come along. Really looking.
Could you imagine how great it would be to have a photo of them together, the children's authors from Conscious Dreams Publishing? I'll have it properly videoed, and of course the council would be doing their own videoing for their ongoing books. So it'll be quite an occasion. So I'm very pleased to to have you. And the thing is, because I'm published by Conscious Dreams, they were able to collaborate with me. So you would probably have to send something at some stage to confirm, that the book was done. And these protocols, you only come across it as you walk into these, situations. But so I think our journey is got somewhere to go because my next project is the audiobook.
Bring it on. You need an audiobook with the way you read your storytelling ways. So I've got a couple of comments here. Shana says, beautiful. Can't wait to get my copy. Kelly's laughing. It must have been about the mangoes. So Shana, sucking the mango he's laughing at. Shad says trailblazer. Vanita says that sounds fantastic as well. Brilliant. So Vanita, as you know, is one of our children's authors too. So perhaps great to connect and see if maybe there's anything you can work on together as well.
Yeah.
We have run out of time, so we've got to go on Instagram and do a few more. But I know that you love this game, so I'm going to do this with you.
Okay.
Yishebah, you always used to do this with authors. All right. So you've got to choose one, and you've got to say it first off. Which one? Okay. So
okay.
Mangoes or melons?
Mangoes.
Yes, of course. TV or film?
Sorry?
TV or film?
Film.
Film or books?
Books.
Kindle or paperback?
Paperback.
Ackee or saltfish?
Ackee.
Rice or peas?
Who peas?
This one might be difficult. Chrissie or Grandma Wiso?
Oh my days. I will go with Chrissie because she was the prism through which Grandma came alive.
Brilliant. Love it. Love it. Okay. So I actually love what you said there, the prism of which Grandma came alive. I like that. I love words and language, and you've got a really gift for language. I love how you said that. So can you please tell people who are watching you for the first time where they can connect with you? And you've told us what you're doing next. We just need the links for your information. I'm going to put the links to your book as well in the chat too. But how can people connect with you?
Okay, thank you for the listeners for your comments and feedback. I am on Instagram. I'm more active on Facebook, as I said, because I'm a writer and you've got more space to write. But you can contact me, let's say, via Instagram or Facebook Messenger if you wish to find out more. Certainly, watch my social media outlets because everything I do is there except what's in my private life.
Yeah, good call, good call. So again, you also mentioned that you do book reviews. So can people, how do people get in contact with you for book reviews, or is that something you want to put out there as well? Or
oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm glad you've mentioned that because you've really always kind of encouraged and pushed my book reviews. Yes, I do have. I'll be getting my my website and all that stuff, and I'll be doing book reviews as part of what I do. But I also have a component of just reviewing books for people. I just love it.
You're
but
great.
if it could be, if elements of it can be monetized, I would always have like a charity section of just doing books that I love, because authors they're just so lonely on the journey. And when you write a review for the book, and I love writing reviews. I'm not a critic, a book critic. I'm a reviewer, and everybody always say how they love it. So at the moment. I've got quite a few requests because I review books here. But if you would like your books reviewed, if you would like your books reviewed,
oh, she's frozen. Yishebah, are you coming back to us? There you go. So we got up to if you would like your books reviewed.
Sorry. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
but turn your camera on.
Yes. Oh. Why is my camera off?
I mean, just to fill in while we're waiting for Yishebah, she wrote a review for me for my book, Mr. Wrong, when it first came out in 2014. I thought she was just going to write a couple of lines. She wrote a whole page, and it was in depth, and it was honestly the best review. Absolutely skilled at what you do, and I definitely think you should turn it into some sort of business because you're great at it. Right, just come in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just in brief, your book reviews.
Yes, contact me via social media, especially you could do it via LinkedIn or definitely Facebook, and I'll get back to you. I'm building a profile as a reviewer, but for the most part, contact me, and then I'll see what I can do for you in terms of the schedule. I've got the one that's coming out is Under the Flamboyant Tree, that I'm still under the tree. I'm saying, okay, Yishebah, come out from under the tree and finish this review, because for this particular book, I don't want to do an ordinary review, because I want to send it to Bocas Lit, which is a writers guild in Trinidad, and also the one in Tobago, and to see whether the University of the West Indies will have it as one of their literature book. So the only reason why I haven't done it yet, is because I want to do the best of my reviews, because
exactly.
we're going to
It's
use
a big book as well, so it's not just reading a children's book. So yeah,
exactly. And I'm really, so I told the author, Rick, hang in there. You will be you'll be on call, because when I'm finished with this as a Trinidadian reviewer, definitely it'll open up doors for him. So let him just hold string.
Amazing. So Rick is one of our authors. He wrote a book called Under the Flamboyant Tree, set in Trinidad. He's just got the whole scenery down to a T. In fact, he's got a radio interview, his first radio interview coming up in September. So excited about that too. But this show is about you, Yishebah. You have been an amazing guest. We're going to pop over to Instagram. If you're not following me there, it's at Conscious Dreams Publishing, as is most of my handles. So pop over, and if you can't get enough of that, come and join us there as well. But thank you everyone so much for joining us. I don't have a guest next week, so we're going to have a nice little rest. But the week after that, I'm going to be interviewing the awesome and amazing Doreen Robinson, who's published a book called Grandad and Me, an absolutely beautiful children's book. Yes, someone else you should meet up with. Hold your book up and your mango. That'd be a nice little finish.
They go together like Batman and Robin.
We'll see you later.
See you later. Bye.